Sicario: Day of the Soldado is directed by Stefan Salima, and this movie once again follows Agent Matt Graver, who is portrayed by Josh Brolin, who leads a covert operation to get the Mexican cartel to start a war in order to bring down these gangs, which now classify as terrorist organizations. 2015 Sicario was one of my favorite movies of that year, mainly because you had this coming together of incredible filmmakers like Denis Villeneuve's direction, Roger Deakins' cinematography, Taylor Sheridan's screenplay, Emily Blunt's performance, as well as Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro, just to name the few incredibly talented people involved in the making of that film. Unfortunately, this time around, Emily Blunt, Denis Villeneuve, or Roger Deakins were not able to return with this sequel. However, with that being said, Sicario 2 still has a piece to the puzzle that really is the main reason that I was so excited for this film, and that is Taylor Sheridan. And thankfully, Sheridan returns with another excellent screenplay that is able to elevate Sicario 2 to a level that is able to deliver on an incredibly tense and gripping film that offers a very unique perspective on the illegal smuggling across the border and how this type of lifestyle can affect a child. One of the biggest standouts of the previous Sicario film was the character of Alejandro, who is portrayed by Benicio del Toro. And he is given a much more substantial role in this film, which is an excellent decision because, again, he was one of the highlights of the previous film. But his role in this film is a lot different than I had anticipated going into this movie. But knowing what we know about this character and his backstory, I thought they took his character in a very fascinating and a very organic way. There's another character that is introduced in this film, and I think that the way that this movie handles this character is a tribute to how subversive this movie is with certain tropes of this genre and certain plot beats that we would come to expect from a lesser film. And there is a turn in this movie where I was beginning to wonder where they were going to take this narrative thread. Not because I was bored, but I was just very curious of how it was going to be handled. And I've got to say, by the time the third act rolls around with this film and the way this movie ends, I was completely blown away. I did not expect the movie to end the way that it does. Prior to this film, I had never seen any of the efforts that director Stefano Salima has worked on, but I've got to say, I thought his direction of this film was pretty commendable. I thought there were a lot of scenes that he was able to bring about a significant amount of tension and bring some very brutal and shocking moments of violence in this film, particularly towards the beginning of this movie, which I've got to say really set the tone for the rest of the film. I will say that I did feel Villeneuve as well as Deakins' absence in this film in terms of the visual style and the aesthetic of this movie, because there are still visuals in the original Sicario that I still remember today, but I just don't think that there are many shots in this film that I found to be visually striking, and unfortunately it is one of the components that when I am comparing the two makes me hold Sicario to a bit of a higher regard than this film. But with that being said, I still really enjoyed this movie, mainly because of Sheridan's incredibly suspenseful, shocking, and powerful screenplay, and a really strong performance from Benicio del Toro comes together to make a film that, although is not as good as the first Sicario, is still a damn good crime drama. So did you guys see Sicario: Day of the Soldado? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, you can click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.